Here's a question. Does there have to be a choice between the economic development and the environment? Now, in my view, these are one and the same thing. In the end, it's human well-being that we're developing. And in our economic development, that means that we have better food, better facilities to develop our well-being. But the environment also is a part of our well-being. We co-evolved with our environment. That environment is a part of us. We depend on it.
I think it's a false choice to say that you either do something for the environment or you do something for growth. It's not an either or. The right way is a third way through the middle. Green growth has contributed at least a third of all the growth we've had in the last couple of years in the British economy, and we haven't had much of it. And at a time when we're running a trade deficit, green services and products are one of the few areas where we've got a trade surplus. In fact, that trade surplus was worth $5 billion to the British economy last year. So I think the sensible thing to do is stop the debate about the choice between green or growth and go for green growth.
We tend to use the term economy and finance almost interchangeably, and that's fundamentally not correct. The economy is made up of financial factors, but social and environmental factors. And because we haven't been accounting properly, we haven't been making good decisions. And that can't continue.
I think we need a new form of accounting if we're to really know what the value of taking the planet seriously is to the principal purpose of businesses, which is to create wealth.
The whole idea of measurement in business is core and fundamental. A sort of business school 101 says what gets measured gets managed, and there is certainly truth to that. But there's also a risk that if you measure the wrong things, you will manage the wrong things and not get the kind of impact and outputs that you're looking for. If valuations of companies are really driven from 10-year discounted cash flow models, can you not think about your consumption of natural resources, your participation in the circular economy, what the demands and pressures are going to be, how climate change and the other things that are happening around us are going to impact your own business and delivery models? If you're not measuring those things as well as short-term measures, I think you're going to miss a trick.
What has been learnt by the water companies and others working with them is that by improving the catchment, the upland supply of the water, where it comes from, you can actually save significantly downstream in terms of treatment that's needed, safer, more reliable supply of clean, potable water to their customers. And that is a virtuous circle that has been just growing exponentially over the last decade.
A large percentage of greenhouse gases actually come from our agriculture and food systems. And in particular, animal manures emit methane. And one of the great benefits of anaerobic digestion units is that they take the methane emissions and turn them into renewable energy. So this is a tremendous opportunity for farmers to address climate change.
There's an absolutely massive opportunity with our own woodlands in the UK to supply us with more of our own wood fuel, for example. So currently, actually, as we move to a renewable future, we are importing more biomass, but that's coming from North America and Central Europe and Eastern Europe. Instead, actually, we could create something like 15,000 jobs in our own woodlands in the UK at the same time as bringing biodiversity benefits to those woodlands.
Biodiversity offsets are an interesting concept. Indeed, it's one RSPB we've been looking into for a number of years. And I think essentially it's needed to fit into the last part of the development hierarchy, if you like. So just like the waste management hierarchy, you should be looking to avoid, reduce, and then compensate in terms of any impacts of development.
Product certification has been proven to be very good with white goods. We all know that white goods that have a low certification letter, A, B, C, D, the Ds disappear. And we start emerging with A stars, A double stars. People go for the better rating. Product certification now means that every aspect of the product going into the marketplace has been certified from beginning back to the beginning. So we get the circular economy. Simple labeling, absolutely critical, but it can be transformational.
This is new ways of thinking. It has challenges, there are definite pitfalls, but at the same time we desperately need to do this if we're going to build our natural capital on which the wealth of the nation depends.